Hey everybody, welcome to Party of Two. My name is Kaz, and you're watching Food Talk TV. Thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate our family here. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a coffee cake because that's going to take the longest to make. So it's actually Cinnabon inspired coffee cake. So we're going to make the cake, then we're going to make some cinnamon that's going to swirl right through the bottom of it, and then we're going to top it off with a glaze. So let's get started on that. Cake bases are really simple. It's flour, sugar, baking powder. After that, it's just flavorings. Okay, so let's get started on that. I'm going to be using an 8x8 pan. So I'm going to make just enough cake for that 8x8 pan, okay? And we're waiting on somebody to come into the box here. I believe it might be Chris. I'm not sure. So, hi everybody. And let's go ahead and get started. So for this, I'm going to need about 1.5 cups of flour. This 1/4 cup measure that I'm using here. I hope everybody is having a good hump day. That's if you're working. Okay. That's a cup. Another 1/4. And a half. So, cake mixes, like I said, very simple. Hey there, Frank. How you doing? Actually, yeah. Let's see who we have here. We've Chris and we've got Frank.
Hey there.
Hello. Hey.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Frank.
Hey.
Hey.
Uh-oh, it's a
How you guys
boys'
doing?
day. Do you know how long it's been since all the boys were in one room?
I know, right?
I know.
I know.
I think we're still in the split screen, so it's half you and Chris and I, unless you want to change your format.
Yeah, I'm going to change it. Give me just a second here. I want to get this stuff. How are you
What's
doing,
your?
Chris?
Good. How you doing, guys?
All right, buddy.
How you doing, Frank?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying to debate what I'm not going to cook this weekend. Kaz, what are you making up there?
This is a cinnamon roll coffee cake.
Ooh, thanks,
This is
Ellen.
Mm.
A
uh,
cinnamon roll coffee. Oh, coffee
yeah.
cakes are like my kryptonite.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if it's fruit. I don't care if it's like walnuts and cinnamon. I just love a good coffee cake and my coffee. But yeah,
Okay.
and they can be harder, I think, than people think, or they can be super simple. So I'm always looking for new recipes, but I have found that they can be complicated. So I'm liking this.
Well, this one isn't.
Yeah.
It's not too complicated. I'm making just a cake base, which is just flour and sugar, some baking powder, and a little salt. Uh, then I'm going to go ahead and put in do the wet ingredients, which is just milk, butter, egg, and some vanilla. Cakes, just a basic cake is easy.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay.
And remember, folks, if you're checking in,
What's going to make it is the cinnamon.
it's
Okay.
the
That's
cinnamon.
what's going to make.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And folks, if you are welcome to Food Talk, and if you have not looked at our trending hashtags, 10-second cooking school, in fact, there is a comment about using baking powder and baking soda and flours and what to sift, what not to sift, what's new. We've got a number of those in our hashtag 10-second cooking school. So
That's right. And
check them out.
it's not just Food Talk TV, but people that are doing it. Okay.
That's right. It's
Um,
all sorts of folks are adding.
It's everybody that's adding the hashtag.
So I had a question, Kaz, for you. When you measure out, you don't, so you're measuring with your scoop for your flours. You're not necessarily sifting. You're just scooping and measuring. and I notice you're doing a lot of that way. I've been looking at this concept of, do you sift or stir and then scoop, or do you scoop and then scrape? So it's always fascinating to watch how people are doing it.
Okay. Sifting is awesome. Sifting completely separates your ingredients. It disperses. It disperses the smaller ingredients to a wider area. Um, yeah, yeah. Sifting is awesome, but I'm just not doing it because I'm trying to do this within an hour. Okay.
Go,
And
go. Yeah, no,
also,
that makes total sense.
yeah,
It was funny because I found a 1960s recipe the other day that said measure after sifting versus measure then sift, and I had never heard that. So I'm now like, now of
Me
course I'm
either.
looking at all of these. Yeah. Hey Ellen, hi
Yeah.
Rebecca, welcome in. So you've
hey
Hey
added
guys,
guys.
you're making your dry mix for your coffee cake.
and this is it for the dry mix. It's just flour, sugar, baking powder, and a tiny bit of salt. Okay. So let's get to the wet. You know what? I went, I needed milk and I opened up my milk full half gallon and it tasted like vinegar. And yeah,
Mm.
I
Oh.
smelled it and I can never trust my smell. So I tasted it. Uh,
Mm.
I'll tell you right now that the sour milk will not make you sick. Okay. But I don't like to use it. I don't like to use it because number one, it's sour. Okay, but
Mhm.
sour milk will not make you sick. I threw it away. Rather than go to the store, I had some heavy cream here. I'm just gonna dilute it by a third. So uh, 2/3 whipping cream and 1/3 water, and that's
Kaz,
just gonna make
it's
some
funny that you
good
mentioned
richness.
sour milk because my mom's recipe for her pancakes calls for buttermilk or sour milk, and that's rare. You see
Yeah,
people use sour milk for baking.
yeah.
And
Well,
see,
you
I
know,
never know how long that sour is sour. So I have a
Yeah,
bunch of those
right.
where I'm just using buttermilk. I'm using vinegared milk.
Yeah.
okay, so as kids, we're taught it's nasty, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. Uh, there's nothing wrong with sour milk except for the fact that it's curdled and it's sour. Okay, it will not make you sick though. So, but I threw it away. So 2/3 cream, and then I'm going to put water to dilute it down. It'll make it a
Welcome,
little bit stronger.
Indiana.
Hey, Karen. Welcome, Karen.
Hey, Food Talk TV family is back.
They
What
are
happened?
all rolling in.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice that people got notified. Okay, let's get some butter going on. I melted, or I thought I melted some butter.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
good. I'm
this
glad we're
the
getting
Not
notifications.
not quite, not quite melted, but you know what? It's gonna have to do. It's gonna
it's
have to do.
soft.
All right. Yes, it's soft. Let's get an egg going on in here. And this
Kaz
is
is
a
baking. Hey,
recipe
Only
that,
Pans. He's making a coffee cake.
yeah, making a coffee cake, cinnamon roll kind of coffee cake. Okay.
Oh,
Eggs.
Deanna, thanks for letting us know. You didn't get the notification today. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, she didn't. Wow.
Nope, she said she did. Benita's in the room. She says, hello, big brother.
Hi, Bonnie. I love you, Bonnie. Okay. So I need some vanilla. Tell them about Food Talk TV. Let me go find some vanilla.
You want me to? I
Go,
could tell them about
go,
Food Talk
go,
TV.
Chris. Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, guys, if you're just joining us, this is Food Talk TV. We are a group of creators that go live sometimes twice a day, and we have an array of different recipes, and somebody's always going live, as I said, twice a day. And if you'd like to give us a follow, please do so and tick the bell, and that will tell you when we go live every single day. You could check out all our recipes and who we are at foodtalktv.com.
All
Perfect.
right.
And Kaz joins us
At
back with
perfect
some vanilla.
timing.
Yeah.
Perfect. Uh, this is some very fancy homemade vanilla extract made by Frank Strana.
Ah,
Hey,
And
Sketchy.
I'm sure he's going to have a TikTok on his new account, right?
I am. So I'm going to actually probably make the new batch and I'm going to do it on my Kitchen Bear SF account.
Oh, nice.
Hi,
Nice. Hey,
Ashley.
Sketchy.
Welcome in, everybody. Sketchy's just joined us. Ashley says
Hi,
hello.
Sketchy. Hi, Ashton. Hey, everybody.
I love, Kaz, I have to appreciate it because vanilla, you're either in camp A where you're precisely measuring it, or you're in camp B, which is, oh no, I'm just pouring it in. It feels right. I'm stopping. Because you either love it
Yeah,
or you
Okay.
tolerate it in the recipe.
So,
exactly.
so just so that you know, I do measure it. My rule, though, is if it calls for a teaspoon, always put in twice as much as it calls for. So I do measure it. You just don't notice it.
My mother
I,
does that.
I measure, then I disregard. Hey,
My
there's
mother doubles the teaspoon, doubles the amount in every recipe. She's been a vanilla fan, so I grew up heavy vanilla flavor. But
Me
I do
too.
think and I think that's because some vanillas have a richer flavor than others. So, all
Hmm.
right, that mixed up well.
Yeah.
well, let's. It's going to need
Yeah,
a
Deanna,
little
I
bit
think
more.
all the Food Talk family agree. Vanilla is like one of those
Yes,
go-tos.
it is.
Or you measure what your heart,
Yeah, as they've
basically.
said. It's interesting to put vanilla extract in savory dishes to get this slightly different flavor, especially in slow roasted or crock pot
Hmm.
dishes.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yep,
Okay. So,
Mexican vanilla is an option too. I think that's a flavor preference. Yep.
Yeah. I know Sherry has one from the Mexican vanilla she uses. That's the
Mm-hmm.
clear one.
yeah.
The clear.
Yeah. She calls that her secret ingredient. She calls that her secret ingredient all the time.
Yep.
People always at church ask her, "What did you put in this?" She went for
Hmm.
years without telling anyone. And then it occurred to her that nobody would be able to enjoy stuff after she was gone if she didn't tell anybody.
Yep. I mean, it's interesting because you want a lot of cake decorators like my mom, they use the Mexican one because it's clear, so it'll keep white.
Hmm.
And it does have a different flavor. You know, there are multiple different kinds of beans, so they all have one's more floral, one's more less floral. But I agree, having options is good.
That's right. Hey, you guys, if
That's
you
like,
haven't voted at Grub Match for the last Grub Match, you should definitely do that. Let's go ahead and
OnlyFans,
get.
yeah, vanilla bean paste is really a great option, and it's a one for one adaptation. Usually, you can almost switch them out one for one.
yeah,
Um,
because it measures like 1 teaspoon is 1 teaspoon
right.
and so
So
on.
Grub Match, if you did not watch Grub Match, I am telling you, you guys got to check it out. If you're new to Food Talk TV, we go live every Monday on our grubmatch.tv on our Food Talk channel. It's the only competitive cooking show. We host a sketchy chef who's in the room, goes against people who are ready to be challenged. We give them a surprise ingredient. They don't know about it, and you have a week afterwards to watch it in the recording up on YouTube and vote. So you can go to grubmatch.tv or foodtalk.com, foodtalktv.com to find more information to apply if you would like to go against Sketchy. And it's just incredible watching. They laugh because when I go, I shut the door and they can hear me make noises. I'm like, oh no, don't do that. You know, you're
And I was a
talking.
previous contestant, so I could
That's right,
tell it
Chris.
was fun.
That's right, Chris. You did go against Trisha there.
Yes,
Yes.
he did.
Yes.
Welcome, new folks that you're just joining us. Please follow if you're not. So Kaz is making a cinnamon roll inspired coffee cake, and
Yes,
I love the fact that I want you all to look at. He's used a bowl, a whisk, a spatula, measuring spoons, and scoops. No fancy electronics. Anybody could make this if they wanted to. You don't need
that's right.
high-end electronics.
Hmm.
Yes, no, I'm not using a scale. This is a basic cake It doesn't take any skill to make cake. Okay.
Hey, Ashton. Ashton's
Good.
in the house. That's
Hey,
just like
Ashton.
Granny.
They're all coming in finally. Look, here we go. We got a bunch of folks now rolling in.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just washing out this bowl because I'm going to need it in a second.
And guys, you could tap the screen. If you tap the screen, that lets us know that you love what you're seeing, and that actually helps us, keeps us on the FYP. And share this live with 5 of your friends and let them know about Food Talk TV.
Ellen practiced fasting from YouTube and TikTok on Monday. I hope you feel better, Ashton.
Yeah, Ashton. Hope you feel better. Mm.
Folks, this
Okay.
this live will be available on YouTube a little bit later in the week. We have our own branded YouTube channel. All the lives are put up. I like to say, as a safe bet, within 36 hours. Sometimes it's sooner. Just depends on how many we've got coming out. Andrea, who's our social media, and Gluten Free Mama Ann, who does her own channel. She tries to get them up as quickly as you can. So, you can always go back, replay this if you need to.
And this recipe will be up on In the Kitchen.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yes.
I'm doing
Awesome.
recipes to late tonight and tomorrow again. So
Okay, so this is the cake. It's I just put it into an 8 by 8 dish. You can tell it's not super smooth, but it's not supposed to be. It's coffee cake. Okay,
Mhm.
so we're not making a cake for somebody's birthday.
yeah, good coffee cake's not supposed to look good. It's just supposed to taste good, as far as
Just
I'm
supposed to
Yeah.
concerned.
taste good. It's just supposed to taste good. Okay, so I've got a stick of butter here. This is now I'm going to prepare the cinnamon. Okay, stick of butter. It's not as soft as I want it to be, but you know, you can't have everything, right?
That's real life.
Stick of butter. Let's do half a cup of brown sugar.
Hey, Jojo.
Jojo is Homo Pomo Chef, guys. He is going to uh, be going live on Fridays from the Pomodoro Cafe or restaurant. I'm not sure which one it is. Why don't you correct me?
Tacoma, you normally, right? Tacoma?
Tacoma, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Great. As soon as we're cycled, somebody, either Jojo or Kaz, just let me know and I'll update the events page in the kitchen or in the events page for Food Talk TV.
Okay.
Little flour, okay.
Just a little
Nice.
flour. It's about a tablespoon's worth of flour. And
Oh, Pomodoro. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Pomodoro.
Pomodoro restaurant. Okay.
Pomodoro.
Ah.
Cinnamon
And
Toast
some
Crunch.
cinnamon. Yeah, I'm using this, but you can use just straight cinnamon. There's plenty of sugar in here, but
I
this has
I've
been
seen
sitting on
that.
my shelf for a long time. So
Hey, I'll give you a hint, Kaz. I happen to buy
yes, sir.
that cereal, and if you'd
Yeah,
run out of the cinnamon flavoring, just take the cereal, put it in the coffee grinder, and use that.
that's all. That's all there is to it.
It's
Okay,
all there is to it because you could omit the flour because the cereal itself will give you that same similar texture when you grind it down. Not that I've ever had to use cereal as a replacement flavoring for anything. Just saying.
just
Allegedly.
saying.
That's a good idea, Frank. That's a great
Just
idea.
saying.
I'm
Allegedly.
just saying.
Allegedly. Okay.
Now, Kaz, how long do you have to beat that for? Mix that for?
Until it's smooth.
I was talking with somebody in retail recently, and they said
Mhm.
as a result that they really feel the cooking shows like ours on TikTok has made an upswing in handheld mixers like that. That previously everybody either had their big one or they didn't use it. But between staying home at COVID and the people who do a lot more recipes, people are beginning to buy these again.
Yeah, because I think it's more accessible and easy to do, use instead of lugging out the big mixer or having more to clean. That's just easy to clean.
Okay, so the cinnamon is actually going to sink into the dough. So we're putting this in clumps, okay? Or it's not the dough, the cake batter. It's going to sink into it.
So you made like a thick paste out of all
Yeah.
that, and then it's
Yes,
just going
so
to absorb and melt in.
yes, and this is heavier than the cake batter, so it will melt in.
And I guess it'll all line up nicely once it's all put together, right? It'll melt down and meld together.
No, it's going to, it'll be separated. It'll be separated. Okay.
Interesting.
Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Food Talk TV. Please give us a like, a follow, and share the live with 5 of your friends. We really appreciate it. We thank you for your support.
Kaz is making a cinnamon roll coffee cake. That's what you're seeing. It's the cake batter has already been done, and he whipped up a butter cinnamon mixture that will now go on the top because it's all about the cinnamon in a coffee cake like this.
That's right. Especially if you're going to allege that it's going to imitate a Cinnabon. Cinnabon is really, it takes a lot of nerve. So
it does. Look at that. That's just good. I just love the topping, the cinnamon top. It's like
that's the best. It's like it's my favorite part of it.
And we're going to do a glaze on this too as well. Let's see.
You know what that topping would go great if you had extra, Kaz? You know what that would go on?
What?
Cut an apple, core it, and put it in the toaster oven, and just pour that in the middle of the apple and let it bake.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like, especially if you have an apple that's just past crispy. It's got to eat it. Throw that extra mix on there, and now you've got cinnamon baked apple with no fuss.
That looks okay, so this is going to go into a 350 oven for about 25 minutes. And I'm going to start on my next item. Okay, so next we're going to do some Easter treats. And I want to call them candy, okay? They're grapes, but they're going to look like Easter eggs. And you guys, share this right now. Get people in here right now so that they can see how these are made. They're so easy. You're going to be completely astounded, okay? And if you have kids or grandkids, they're going to love it.
I was wondering what you were going to do with those grapes. I was hoping they weren't going to go in the other dish. Good. Okay.
Nope.
Did you set a timer, Kaz?
No, I did not.
You want 20 minutes?
25 minutes.
25 minutes? Okay.
Yeah. Should have been 27, so.
25. So that'll be it'll be 15 minutes after, no, maybe a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. I'll do it. I'll tell you.
Okay. So what you're going to need here is different colored jellos. Notice I didn't say flavored. Different colored jellos. They're all flavored, but what you're looking for is different colors. Okay.
So these are like cotton candy grapes, Kaz? This is almost like?
Tell me about a cotton candy grape.
They're different type of, like, well, I'm thinking of you ever see where they put the hard sugar on it?
I think cotton candy grapes are a breed of grapes. These are not the candy grapes that you're talking about. But cotton candy is an actual breed of grape
Gotcha.
that has a different taste. These are just regular green seedless table grapes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Folks are agreeing. They're a variety of grapes. So
Okay.
you're using the color from the Jello packets to be
Yes,
your base color.
that's right. And luckily, the Jello packets are also flavored, so you're going to get some flavor. But you know, the grapes provide enough flavor all on their own.
Hmm.
Now, I'm only going to make 16 or 20 of these, uh, but an entire packet is going to make probably about 20 grapes each. So you're talking about 100 grapes. And once you see how easy it is, you're going to want to do this with your grandchildren or for your grandchildren or for your children, okay?
I don't know. I think you might even get a kick out of you were having a dinner party with adults and you came out with these, at the end as a kind of, sometimes adults just need a kick in the butt for some humor afterwards instead of
Yeah.
fancy. You catch them.
Some
Thank you,
kids, and they
Frank.
don't want to. They don't want to leave.
Absolutely.
They want. They don't want to keep staying adult. They want. They don't want adult for the day. They want a kid for the day. You know.
I did several years ago. We did a New Year's Eve dinner, and I did it by course, really. But as the dessert, we asked everybody to bring a pint of ice cream, and at midnight we rolled out a make your own hot fudge sundae with all the fixings. And you would think that these 40-year-old adults were like 15 again. They went crazy because it's fun. It's an indulgence. So sometimes you just have to have fun with your food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so take a look at these colors. They're not very bright, okay? But they're going to look beautiful. They're going to look beautiful. And guys, if you're not, if you're just scrolling through, please give us a follow. Right now, you're watching the men of Food Talk TV. We need
Yep.
It'd be great if we had Moses in here, but I'm
I
sure he's
know.
working right now.
Probably. Yeah,
And Chef
it's rare
Raymond.
that all of us get on, that we have the guys Nate. So this is kind of we'll have to do that maybe for Father's Day week. We'll have to do another guys day the week before.
Oh, that would be cool.
All
Definitely.
right, so we've got a cinnamon roll coffee cake in the oven for about another 22 minutes, and now you're making a grape sweet, a sweet ending with grapes based on the Jello.
Yes, they're going to look like Easter eggs.
Oh, so perfect for that,
Nice.
all that
Yeah,
fake grass that you can buy right now for this season.
I know. I know, right?
Actually, I bought some of the holographic one to save and use for the rest of the year because it's so that they look so nice. I mean, it's grass. You can use it for any kind of decoration. Although I learned don't put deviled eggs on the grass. They become very difficult to pull out with all of the pieces.
Okay, so what I just did was took parchment paper, and I want to be able to set the grapes down and have them not roll into each other and stuff. So I just need so that they're not sitting on a smooth surface when they go into
Very
the freezer.
clever.
Freezer or the
Yeah.
refrigerator. They don't have to be frozen, but I want them done quickly. So, all right. Okay, we need a little lemon juice. And this is to dip the grapes in to make them wet. This an ounce of lemon juice will handle six bags of grapes. Okay, so if you're thinking about just pouring the grapes into a bowl and then filling up the bowl with lemon juice, it's a waste of lemon juice. Okay, so
Guys, if you're just joining us, this is Food Talk TV. Please join you. Please give us a like and give us a follow. You can tap the bell, and that'll let you know that when we go live every day, which we do sometimes twice a day.
We also have other opportunities, folks. We have our weekly cooking club every Wednesday. That's a subscriber-based activity. You can find out more information with the link in the bio. We also have our regular subscriber packet where you can subscribe to Food Talk TV and get extra subscriber lives, as well as the food blog, which has a lot of our recipes, which is searchable based on interest in food or creator, and all of our creators that you can follow as well.
Okay, so I'm going to give
And all of our recipes.
these a little. I'm going to give these a little rinse.
And all of our recipes that you're seeing today are on our website. You can check it out at foodtalktv.com.
Hi, Shine and Sparkle. Welcome. So we have right now we're making a grape Easter egg with some flavorings, and we've got a cinnamon roll coffee cake cooking in the oven.
This, I ain't gonna lie, this is an awesome.
You're
recipe.
doing this because you want to snack on these tonight, don't you?
Yes.
There you go.
No doubt.
He has a sweet tooth that we don't know about. They're gonna look good. I can see it now.
What a great
yeah.
It looks just like it looks like the ones you'd buy like that are non-edible at Michael's with the frosted color on them.
So you want
Thanks,
to take
Piper.
off the top. Put this in here. This is just to hold it. Soak it in the lemon juice, and then color it.
Piper Poppy saying, Kaz, that he did liking the guys only thing going on.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
This is the kind of activity you want to put your headphones on, get your music blaring, and just have some fun with it. Get them done. Go for it. Gluten-free Mama is in the house. Hello.
Hey, Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
Hey, Christy. Christy Compton just came in as well.
Hey, Christy.
Hey.
See, the whole family's in the house.
TX Moondocs. No, it's Jello. It's powdered Jello.
It can be sugar free. It can be sugar. Doesn't matter. They're going to look like Easter eggs and taste like candy.
These is easy. You've been making cake pops.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking this could be fun as a hack, and to do these with cooked Brussels sprouts and not tell people what they are. Sometimes you gotta get a little. There's payback.
Wait. Is that a hack or is it just meanness? I don't know.
It could be a little both, but some days you have to have something in your repertoire. So Christy Compton says she does a version and she uses the plastic. She does a shaker version like Shake and Bake and does a plastic gallon bag to shake them. That's one way I would imagine too.
You're welcome, Moondocs.
How long do they chill after you're done, Kaz?
As long as you want them to. Basically, it's long. I like to freeze mine because I like frozen grapes.
Me too.
But what you're looking for is for they chill long enough for the color to absorb. And like this was a very light blue. This will be a better blue.
J3, this is totally a great idea to do with your grandchildren, or if you babysit somebody's kids, as long as they're open for the sugar or bring a sugar-free. I think that this is a great way to introduce kids to kitchen time. So often, especially the week of a holiday different holidays, the kids get shooed and they get thrown out of the kitchen. And this is a way of saying, okay, here's something you get to do. Sort of like when we were kids at Christmas, we We couldn't do cookies except for our hands. This is a great, spring seasonal activity to do with the kids. So they feel part of your holiday if you're celebrating any particular holiday in the spring.
And especially the holidays can get so so crazy, and the parents don't want to, like, they can't even handle the cooking as it is, and they got to handle the kids. This is perfect because you can let them sit there and they can sprinkle it on and have fun.
Yeah, actually, you after you show them how to do the first two, you can leave them alone.
Yep.
Hmm.
So Kaz, I'm thinking with the lemon one, can you imagine putting the edible white glitter or the Aurora Borealis glitter, the edible one, into the white one and doing it for Mother's Day and just serving the frozen crystal white grapes on Mother's Day with, around some strawberries or something. Talk about an impressive
Oh,
tabletop dessert.
yes. And this is just so easy. It's just
Green
so
eyed,
easy.
he's making candy coated grapes with sugar free Jello,
They're
and it's a
supposed to
really
look
great
like
thing.
they're supposed to look like Easter eggs when they're done. It tastes like candy, healthy candy.
Mhm. Healthier. I mean, when you look at the amount of sugar, if you're using sugar free, this is actually relatively great for that.
Well, and if you had real candy, it would be sugar all the way through. These are grapes.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Hey, Kaz,
Yes, sir.
um, somebody asked that does the lemon juice or powder, or in this case, lemon juice, make the grapes sour?
No, it does not. It does not. But it does give it a lemon, just a little lemon taste.
Because they're not soaking in the lemon juice for hours on end. The lemon juice is really just being used as the glue, the adhesive for the Jello mix.
Hmm.
Yeah, after he's done, he'll put them in either the refrigerator or the freezer until his patience gives up and he's ready to eat them,
Yes.
or until they're hard.
And that's the reason why I put them on this crumpled up uh, parchment so they don't move around very much when I put them away.
I'm thinking this is great. As a kid, I couldn't eat chocolate. So at Easter, you're always feeling like you're left out. What a great way to get a bag of these if you can't eat chocolate or you can't have sugar, but you still get something special. I mean, this is a
Hmm.
great idea.
Definitely.
Yeah, folks, please tap your screen, follow us. We have a lot of these activities. Don't forget our 10-second cooking school. I am telling you, they are funny. You can be part of it. It's a trending hashtag, and they're great tips, really great tips.
Yes,
And
guys. If you're gonna, if,
we'll put your video on Food Talk TV.
That's right. Um, uh, J3 asked a really good question. Let's put it this way. If you have powdered jello, lemon juice, and kids, yes, their fingers will end up colored at some point. Kids just get involved. Adults probably not as much. But I think it's one of those permissions that the kids I'd rather have them getting messy this way than with permanent ink dyes. Let's put it that
mm,
Oh
way.
yeah, oh yeah. Think about it. Right now, I'm doing it the hard way. Right, I'm putting a spoon. What anybody else would do is just wet it, throw it in there, roll it around, and put it aside. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just doing it carefully, just because I still have other stuff I need to do today. But I'm sure that if you're doing this, you would actually not do everything as carefully as I'm doing, and I think kids would actually not do it as carefully either. So it's just fun.
Yeah. My mom, we had created a no yell zone when we did kids' food activities. No matter how messy we got, short of a food fight, she never raised her voice. It was considered it was considered it's part of the process. Whether we ended up head to foot in flour, we all had to help
mm.
clean up. But we're talking a lot about kids. This is a wonderful idea to do with somebody you're dating. The first, early in a dating relationship, it's a fun date night at home if you're making dinner, or even if you've been in a couple or couples for a long time. This is a fun to-do activity.
Yeah,
I often cook by myself at the house, but this is something you can invite somebody else to help you with.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, the red and the lemon are my favorite so far, color-wise.
Bye, Ellen. Thank you for stopping in.
Mm-hmm.
Or she's not leaving. Oops, I read that wrong.
So, Kaz, you're going to just go through those so fast later, aren't you? That's going to be like your afternoon snack.
I know this is going to be like, why did I only do this many? And of course, I know it's because I'm time limited on the live. But
I know. And you've got about 9 minutes, give or take, on the coffee cake.
okay. Now, just so that you know, when you if you just throw these in there, the Jello is going to clump up a little bit. So you don't have to worry about it. Just put as much Jello in there as you need. All right. Don't worry about it's clumping up. This is not something you're going to reuse.
Bonnie Bell said, "Leave the toothpick in so the kids can then pick up the finished grape with the toothpick." It's a great
Oh,
idea,
yeah, that is.
and it's easier to toothpick them now than after they're frozen.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Are you sure? Once they're
I think it
frozen,
depends. I mean, when they're
yeah,
frozen hard, they thaw fast. Grapes are high water, so they thaw really fast. So probably you could
I
get
lost
away
it.
with it.
I
Hope
lost
you
it.
look one.
Yeah. It said, I'm not going. I'm not going easy like that.
I freeze all the grapes and I use them as ice cubes in when I do punch bowls at the house.
That's a
Smart.
good idea.
And
Okay.
then when everybody leaves, I get all the grapes that have been sitting in the punch.
All right.
Soaking in
Uh,
that.
Okay. All right. That
so
looks
remember,
great.
these are supposed to look like
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs. How do you think
Wow.
we do?
I think you did great.
Okay.
I think they look
So
amazing.
let's go ahead and put these in the freezer for a little bit.
Green
And
Eyed Women, we put all our recipes up on Food Talk TV / in the kitchen, our food blog.
now we're going to go and we're going to put together a spring sandwich. Let's move this stuff out of the way while you guys are telling them about Food Talk TV.
Sure. So I think we have a theme. I think people are so ready for the spring. Food Talk TV is a collaboration. We have a bunch of folks, all different styles. We come together every single day and bring you alive. Today we've got Cooking with Kaz. We have Grub Match on Mondays. I go live at noon on Thursdays, which is tomorrow. That's me. I'm on tomorrow.
Tomorrow. What's the name
That's
of your show?
right.
What's the name of your show?
It's Let's Be Frank, and we have Ashton on Saturdays. Right now, we have Trisha, Sketchy Chef, is on Fridays. Ashton on Saturdays, Sundays. We have an alternating schedule, and always Christine, October Dragonfly. So if you check our event page, we all have one core area, but sometimes people jump on and do two or three. Kaz is always on Wednesday afternoons. In general, but we all come together to share. We want you to leave comments here, leave comments on our TikToks, leave comments in the blogs. We love ideas. And basically, we're all approaching this to have some fun on these lives. On average, I was looking at a bunch of our old our old lives. We average 3 dishes per live. And it's rare if somebody does a single dish or 2 dishes, they're usually multiple steps. But on average, in a
Mhm.
little over max 90 minutes, we knock out 3 substantial dishes, which I am always amazed at.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so today, just to bring it back to what you've got, a cinnamon roll coffee cake in the oven for another 5 or 6 minutes. You took some grapes and covered them with the lemon juice and Jello mixture to create a sweet, somewhat healthier version of an Easter egg, a candied Easter egg, but with grapes. And now you're moving on to a spring sandwich.
That's right. open face cucumber sandwich.
Ooh. And you're using the regular waxed American style cucumber, yeah?
Yes, because that's what I could find. Uh, People say, "Oh, use Persian, use English." Yeah, but you know what? You use what you can get.
True. Well, the thing is, and I've done TikToks and food ones. I love to use Persian and English cucumbers, but they are softer. So if you're needing to have, and they're thinner. So the American cucumber, I call it with the American cucumber with the waxed skin. It's a thicker skin, is more dense. It has more seeds, but it is easier to work with if you're going to plank it or something like that. Yes, and Monday nights we have Grub Match with as Deanna reminded us.
That's right. And if you
Ellen
haven't,
has a question about
yeah,
something. I don't know
sure.
if this is a. It's about any suggestions on how to make charo beans.
Solving, I don't know. I don't know. We need Sketchy Chef for that.
Well, we will put that in the question box. All right.
Yeah,
That's a good
and if you
question.
guys have any comments, other suggestions like recipes, you can definitely reach out to one of us, and we'd be glad to research that and get you a recipe. We could do it for you.
Kaz, you
Okay.
see that piece that you just took off, that end
Yeah.
piece? When my
Yes.
mother wasn't looking, I would grab that before she could peel it, and I would get a cup of red wine vinegar, and I'd go sit in the kitchen or in the living room while she was cooking, and I would just dip it in the red wine vinegar and eat it like an apple. And she'd be like, "Didn't I have more cucumber?" And people were like, "No, we didn't see it." I love cucumbers dipped in vinegar, red vinegar.
I grew up on cucumbers uh, with salt.
Mm-hmm. I'm like that with radishes. I love dipping radishes in salt.
Hello, Chef Jeff. Jeff, how you doing? Welcome in,
Chef Jeff. Okay, so
guys. If you're just joining us, go ahead, Kat. Sorry about that.
no, that's okay. Go ahead.
If you're just joining
Welcome,
us,
people.
this is Food Talk TV. We're a group of creators that go live every single day, sometimes twice a day. If you're new to our channel here, why don't you give us a like and follow and tap the bell, and that'll let you know when we go live.
And folks, if you are feeling good and you're happy with watching something and watching one of us, it's really important to remember sending those likes, sending those gifts, sending those roses. It's visually fun to watch, but it also shows that the folks who are spending time, whether it's us or any creator, that you're enjoying it. So when it's convenient, when it makes sense for you, feel free to send those. People love getting them.
Oh yes.
Exactly.
If you can find chilies in there, I love chilies. If you
Oh,
can
the
find
chilies.
chilies in your emojis or as a gift, I love those.
So are you flipping over like almost like making it squared as you're slicing those?
Yes, because if I go down much further, I come to the seeds,
That's right.
and
Okay, makes sense.
then I won't be able to slice it.
Mm,
That
You can
totally makes
barely
sense.
see. So I'm just
because then it
going.
will roll around.
Yes, and this is what I'm using for the sandwich. Okay, this right here. This is what I'm using for the sandwich.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Mm. Thank you for the gifts.
Oh, thank you guys.
So while Cass
We
is doing
really
that,
appreciate you guys being here. We really, really do.
oh, we
There's
look
big
forward to it.
and
Yes.
there's big changes coming to Food Talk TV. We can't talk about them just yet, but they're big, big changes. Big changes.
So I'm going to
So,
do a PSA real quick, Kaz, before you jump on.
sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, and others in the room, do you see that device in his hand? It's a peeler. It's usually used for potatoes, but you can use it for anything. But let me tell you, you have to remember to wash them. I am
Yes,
amazed
you
at
do.
how many people who just tap it, it goes back in their drawer, and they realize they forget to wash them. And not only from the fact that things get crusty on them, you need to wash them because when it does get crusty, it affects the blade. And if you find yourself peeling and it's not peeling smooth, it's because your blade is now corroded. So remember to wash them and make sure they air dry before you put them away. I am amazed at how many times I've gone to people's houses and I open up a can opener or a potato peeler and it doesn't look like it's ever been rinsed off.
Me too.
Oh my God,
Me too.
that's so nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I use a cleaning toothbrush to get the inside the blade because that's the really good way to clean it.
Look at you. Now you're slicing those super thin.
Nice thin slices.
I love cucumbers, especially as they're coming right out of the garden.
Me too. I love cucumber salad. Some onions and some really red wine vinegar. Some people make it with a creamy Italian dressing.
Mm-hmm.
How much time do I have left on my timer, guys?
I think you got about a minute and a half, depending on how fast your oven cooks. So I would probably say if you finish slicing that last piece, I would check it.
Okay. This is too thick to slice, so.
Uh-huh. There you go.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, Ellen. Yeah, many people. It's just sometimes you're moving too fast. All right. So you use the peeler to create long, thin planks, and then you took the end piece and you just sliced up some little medallions there.
Right.
And this is going in a
Okay.
sandwich.
Yes, going in a sandwich. And see how the cake is doing. Oop, it's looking good. Probably just a couple more minutes.
Awesome.
We're going to need, for the sandwich, for the cucumber sandwich, we're going to need some cream cheese dip or spread. This is onion and chive. And we're going to water this down with a little mayonnaise. Thin it out.
Ellen, Kaz said, Kaz is saying that you use the cucumber of your preference. Because he was peeling it, he used the cucumber that was available, which is the American wax cucumber. I think it's very much preference, but I will say that the larger American wax cucumber has more flesh before you get to the seeds, where the other kinds of the Persian and the English cucumbers have a little bit thinner, but the seeds are much easier to eat. But if you really want to get planks, you're probably going to use that American style cucumber that many of us grow here.
Yeah, because I think. Go ahead, Frank.
Oh, it's just answering the questions. So making a spring sandwich.
You can make much prettier planks than this if you actually just use a knife, okay? But I use the peeler because that's what's in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, I was going to say about the English cucumber was that the English cucumber, I think, is less stable than the actual American style cucumber, like you said, because the planks you're able to do the planks. As the English cucumber, they're more like they're weak. They break easily.
Yeah, it's a good point. All right, so now you've added you have a cream cheese mix, mayonnaise, and now you're adding half and half. Okay.
And some ranch.
Gina, he's making some cucumber sandwiches.
Now, I've seen people just do it with cream cheese. To me, that's too heavy. So.
Ellen, you could peel the skin off of that. That's fine if it upsets your stomach. Absolutely.
I'll bet you, Kaz, this would even work with creme fraiche because that tends to be not as thick as cream cheese, but still gets a little bite to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Greek yogurt, which can be some of the yogurts are so thick now that I like you could substitute it, and mayonnaise. Anything with mayonnaise, I'm happy with.
Okay, I've taken uh, the cake out of the oven, and I'm letting
Good.
it cool before I make um, the glaze for it. The glaze is only going to take 2 seconds.
Pretty
Now I'm
much.
going to use rye bread. In Cooking Club tonight, we're making uh, paninis. So this is the bread that I was going to use for the panini. So I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
Oh, I like that rye because it's that combination of
Marble.
light and dark.
It's that marble
Marble.
rye.
That makes a great savory bread pudding. That particular one.
Really?
Lots of texture. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome,
So
folks. We are an hour and a half into today's cooking club,
are
cooking
we really?
demo. We're almost an hour and a half in.
Oh, I apologize, you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, 12:30. We started a half hour late, so we're almost at an hour.
Now, almost an hour.
I forgot we started
Oh,
late today, so we're
We
doing
started
good.
an hour.
You're knocking
okay,
out a
good.
third dish. We're good.
Okay, so this is cream cheese and mayo, along with some ranch. Like I said, many people just use straight cream cheese. Too heavy for my taste.
Is that seedless bread? Is that seedless, that rye, or which seeds, Kaz? Ellen wants to know.
It is seedless. It is
Thank you
not
for
a
the
multi-grain.
follow. It's not multi-grain.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay.
Because you know we all do that.
That looks really good.
Okay, so guys, this is not a this isn't not a sandwich. We're not. It's open face. Okay,
Open face.
so,
Yep.
Oh, okay.
so I'm not going to put one on top of the other.
I was gonna ask that, but I'm glad you said something. If I did,
Oh,
Okay.
can you imagine adding some lox on top of that now?
Oh my
oh,
gosh.
Maybe a few capers. Capers, olives, yeah. I mean, this looks for me, I could eat this as is, but I think it also tells me this is, if, can you imagine just making a bunch of these, Kaz, either version on a platter for a luncheon, and then have all the toppings on the side and let people top their own?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Dill, Patty
But-
said, dill would be great. Fresh basil would be great. Radishes would go with this because they're peppery.
So you guys, if you live in small towns, there's always going to be a tea room near you,
Yep.
and tea rooms are getting ready to open up again. And these are the kind of sandwiches that you're going to find.
yeah.
So if you've never been to a tea room, Google it. Find one near
There,
you.
we have two. We go to one. It's called Lovejoy's here, and and they do the full formal tea and all the tea sandwiches. We like it so much that we collected a couple years ago random teacups, and now at Mother's Day and Father's Day we have a brunch, a tea, and we do it for both days for our friends, and everybody brings tea style, stuff, things, little things to eat. What a great idea! I love this.
It's really. I never seen an open faced cucumber sandwich before.
Oh,
I've always seen regular traditional.
I guess technically it's not really a sandwich, then, is it? But
Well, it's open faced. I mean, I think it is.
Yeah.
It's I never saw them growing up until I went to Europe in the Netherlands, in Holland. When I was living there, this is how they would often serve sandwiches. If you asked for a sandwich, they tended to be open faced. I just
and,
like them because it feels like you're eating twice as much.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's for that. I'm going to get a little seasoning and I'll be right back. Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. If you're just tuning in, this is Food Talk TV. We have Cooking with Kaz, and he just made an open-faced cucumber sandwich, and he also made a he made candy styled Easter eggs, which were made out of grapes, which was used with Jello, and he also made a cinnamon coffee cake. So, guys, if you're looking for the recipes, you can go to our website at foodtalktv.com, and you can check out all our other recipes as well.
All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of seasoning. This little bit of Italian seasoning on here, assuming it comes out.
Hey, speaking of Moses, there he is. He just jumped on.
The other
Moses, we were
man's
talking
here.
about you. We were talking about you earlier. Said you needed to be in here today, but we figured you were working because it was a boys' day. All the guys are on.
Okay. So there's our 2 cucumber sandwiches.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
we've got marble fry. Then we've got a base of cream cheese mixed equal parts of cream cheese and mayonnaise, and then a little bit of ranch, powdered ranch, and just cucumbers 2 different directions. So let me put these aside and let's get out.
I love that recipe. That's such
Me
a nice.
too.
It would go well with soup. It would go well with salad. It could be seasonal. You can make it later in the year and use ground up horseradish in that if you wanted to really kick it up. I just like that recipe. Simple. It's good. It's one of those
And
things where.
And we're going to get to the point here where we're getting ready to finish up, guys. Okay.
Okay, I'm looking for that coffee cake.
Me too. But I was going to say, though, that like you were saying, Frank, I think, too, it gives a better idea on how, like, to eat cucumbers as well. You know, not doing a salad. You could do this as a sandwich. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gone. Let's get some glaze made for the cinnamon roll coffee cake, which has been sitting off to the side, and cooling.
Now, are you going to serve that? Are you going to leave it in the plate, or are you in the baking dish, or are you going to take it out?
I'm going to leave it in the baking dish.
Those are my favorite. No breaking.
Ooh, what's in here? Oh, I was looking for that. Okay. Nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Dancing
I've
Puppy,
been looking
yes.
for that one for a while.
Dancing Puppy, yes. It does remind you of English sandwiches because they're often pictured after English tea. So they're just a very light, flavorful crunch that makes you feel like you're chewing into something. Yeah, where that goes. How many of us have done that?
Things I felt in the pot, and I didn't realize it as I'm pouring out. I was like, "Oh, this is in here. I didn't know that was in there."
So confectionery sugar, and you're using some heavy whipping cream. You could use water, lemon juice, milk, I'm imagining.
Yeah, you can use orange juice, anything with a little flavor. It's just going to melt us down. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of vanilla in there too.
I love glazing cookies, and I mean, I use this kind of glaze all the time. And one of the things that I do now as a habit, just the tiniest bit pinch of salt when I'm mixing the glaze together, and I'm finding it makes the confectionery sugar go from sweet, almost institutionalized sweet, to sweet but good. I never did. And then one day I saw a recipe and it says add just a pinch, a little pinch to it. That salt really changes the flavor.
Yeah, because even like when I make buttercream, it also that you add a little bit of salt that cuts the sweetness.
Yeah, my mom did it, and she never told me. As usual, sometimes you don't get the little things, and it's just a bit, but it takes that edge from. Oh, there you go. Yeah, just see. Yeah, I mean, I go through bags of confectionery sugar because I'll dip anything. I don't care. A little vanilla.
That mix.
That's gonna be good.
I know. I can't wait to see it just cascade all on, right on top.
That's a technique. The drizzle.
The drizzle.
I think there's a 10-second one for you. How to make it thin enough to do the drizzle.
Mm.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think I need right now. It's at the icing stage. I need just a little bit.
Kaz, I do the same thing. Is I tend not to use a spoon when I make confectionery glaze. I use a fork or a whisk if I'm using a lot. I find that the fork actually does it better, and then it's easier to use it. The spoon, I don't know, something about the spoon just doesn't get it all incorporated as well.
Like it holds it back.
Oh my God. And this is the no calorie version, right, Kaz?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. No calories at all. Okay, so you can see cinnamon here, but if you were watching at the beginning, you know that there's cinnamon all the way through. There's cinnamon all the way through. It's just that it's sunken in. Okay.
I like your bacon dish, Kaz. Is that Pioneer Woman?
Yes, it is.
I like that.
It's so funny because the Pioneer Woman brand looks so much like Temptations brand out of QVC.
Yeah, it does.
Similar.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. See, this is why I like rustic desserts. I don't like fussy desserts. This just looks incredible.
Definitely.
A fork and I'm happy. I'm ready to go. Yeah, Deanna agrees. Ellen agrees. They're all liking how this looks, guys.
Okay, so let's go ahead and show everybody what we made today. I will cut into this, so don't sweat it. Oh, we need to get the grapes out of the refrigerator, don't we?
Oh, it was on the list. Don't you worry. You weren't going to be forgetting that.
All right.
Thanks for joining us, everybody, today. If you aren't following us and want to see more from all our creators, please follow us up above. Click on the button so that you get notified. Kaz today did 3 dishes. As you can see, we've got a cinnamon roll coffee cake with a lovely confectionery glaze that has vanilla in it. We have our Easter-inspired eggs or grapes that are covered with a crunchy sweet topping, and then we have our sandwich. You're going to see the spring sandwich in a minute as well.
Oh,
so there you go. Look at their bounces. So it didn't take long to freeze them at all.
They look awesome. And guys, you know what? You guys, thank you so much for the gifts and all the support. And guys, we have the subscribe button too. You can even support us even more by even subscribing to here on Food Talk TV. We really appreciate it.
They are cute. They really do hit that bright kind of spring egg look. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, this is an awesome idea.
I just want to get some of this stuff out of the way so I can give you guys a nice presentation, okay? So if you want to talk for a second, go ahead.
Sure.
All right. So we've got, let's see what our lineup is. So tomorrow I'm coming back on at lunch at noon, West Coast time, 3 o'clock East Coast time. Then we have Sketchy on Friday. We have Ashton on Saturday morning. We have, I think it's Chris. No, I'm not sure who is. Christine was last week. So we have our Sunday night
Sketch.
live. It might be Sketchy. And then
Sketchy
Monday
will
we
be
have,
on Sunday.
what's that?
Sketchy is changing to Sunday nights.
So she's okay. We got a shift going to Sundays. And then Monday we've got Grub Match. We also have the rest of our week. You've seen a bunch of our creators who've been in the room. Feel free to follow all of us. Follow us on Food Talk TV. If you do not see me up on here some days under this profile, it's because I'm switching profiles to a new profile called Kitchen Bear SF, which I'm going to be using for most of my food. So feel free to find me. I only just rolled that out, so it still hasn't hit my 1,000, so I can't go log in live yet for that. And there is what Kaz has come up with for his live today. Okay, that screams brunch, Easter, holidays,
Yeah.
date
Spring.
night. Yeah,
And so I have to do this now because I won't be on until after Easter. So,
that's right.
okay, so this is an open faced cucumber sandwich. It's sitting on top of marble rye. The base of this is cream cheese dip. In this case, I'm using chive and onion. You can get the dip or you can get the spread. Uh, uh, just equal parts of that, along with mayonnaise, and then a little bit of ranch dressing powder, and then the cucumbers. Use any kind of cucumbers that you want. You can slice them any way that you want. These are sliced into planks, and these are just rounds. And then I put a little Italian seasoning on top. These are my candied Easter eggs, which are grapes, and they're just dipped into a little lemon juice, and then uh, Jello powder. That's it. They taste just like candy,
They
except for
look
they're
just
not
like
sugar.
candy.
They're not sugar all the way through. This right here is a cinnamon inspired coffee cake. It's just a regular cake mix. I made my own, which is just flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. And that was the dry ingredients. The wet ingredients were milk, butter, egg, and vanilla. Then I made a cinnamon swirl, which is butter, a little bit of flour, uh, uh, brown sugar, and that's it. Oh, and a little bit of vanilla there. Okay, mixed it all together, and I put it all in dollops, equal distance all the way around. Most of it sank, and you can see a little bit of it here. And now I'm going to try some of this stuff. So let me adjust the camera. Let's see what we got here.
You too, Dancing Puppy.
Okay, I'm going to cut this. I'm using a bench scraper because it's metal. It goes straight through.
Makes it easier that way. Yeah, that's a good idea. And it makes it even too.
Yes, it does.
So for folks who do, oh look, yeah, you know you're going to be doing the finger on that. Yeah, exactly. See, it's Boys Day. We do things like this. Just so folks who don't know, if you aren't familiar with using a milk-based confectionery sugar glaze or cream base, you do not need to always refrigerate them after you've made them. They will be fine because the average cake like this isn't going to last for more than a day or three. So you can refrigerate it, but you do not need to. We all wait to see if it's going to come out.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm ready to have coffee now.
yeah. Me too.
And here, let's get a little bit closer so you can see that the cinnamon is all the way through it in streaks.
Dan is in the room. He says, "I'll have a cocktail."
So will I.
Oh, you know what would
Okay.
go good with that, Kaz? That
What's up?
rum and ice cream cocktail I made last year with the rum and the melted ice cream and the flavorings. That would go really. That's like adult milkshake quality treat. Look
You
at
know what?
that.
I gotta come
Oh,
closer. I gotta come closer for you guys because you need to see
yeah,
this.
please.
You
Let's
need to
see
see.
this.
Yeah, let's see. It looks. I
Okay.
gotta see that cinnamon action.
See all that cinnamon
Oh
just
man,
went
look at
all the
that.
way through.
Yeah.
And you did this, it took 20, 23 minutes to cook, 15 minutes max to make. So,
Yeah,
you could have this cooking while you're having dinner and have a nice, great dessert that was low stress.
very crumbly like a coffee cake. Well, it's a coffee cake. It really is. It doesn't take any time. A
Oh,
glaze
yeah.
and it just
Yeah.
finishes it off with the cinnamon. This
You got me.
is an awesome recipe,
Yeah.
guys.
Folks,
Mm.
we will get this recipe up for you on in the kitchen. It'll probably sequence in around Wednesday. So what I usually do is within 2 days after, within a day to 2 days, if it's multiple, I start rolling them out. All right, bite one. Let's hear it.
Okay, so these are the
Yeah.
Easter eggs that are just simply grapes dipped in lemon juice, and then uh, I just powdered them with different colors of Jello. This is so good. It's
You
so
better
good.
not. You better not eat
Oh,
those all in one sitting.
Oh my God.
yeah. So
They are. They
addicting.
look so much fun.
They look
Oh
amazing.
my God. These are just so simple to make. And you've got the complete Easter egg vibe.
You know what those would be great on, Kaz? Can you imagine doing a strawberry, a white cake with strawberries and whipped cream or a white cream, and then use those as the decorations in the center for the Easter? Oh, that would
Oh,
be so great on just a clean, like a simple white vanilla cake.
Okay, guys. I am not going to cut the sandwiches because I need to take some pictures because Frank over there wants the pictures. So thank you, everybody. It's great to see our Food Talk TV family back in the house. We've been missing you guys for last week. Thank you, everyone. We love you all. Thank you, Chris, for being here. Thank
you're
you,
welcome,
Frank, for
guys.
being here. I appreciate all of you.
Great
And
job. Thanks everybody for
Great job,
joining.
Kaz. Thank you, guys. Bye.